Hi, welcome to the Food and Beverage Purchasing Doc. My name is Dennis. Today we're going to talk about how to negotiate the best deal. I'm going to try to use some analogies, and truthfully, buying a car is probably one that's the best analogy in regards to the way the sales method works for both groceries. There's a street salesman, typically, if you're a freestanding restaurant, not part of a chain. Same thing with the club side. You're not part of Club Corp. You're not part of Troon or any of these other large club companies. Typically then, as a freestanding golf club, country club, restaurant, etc., your quote, and the way they call it is you're on the street. When it comes to the big boys like Sysco, US Foods, Gordon, typically 60% of all their business is street business. That is the individual Chinese restaurant and that coffee shop or whatever. There may be a 2-unit sandwich shop chain or whatever. A lot of these guys and gals find themselves still on the street. The other side of the business is called program, multi-unit. Cisco called it CMU, the corporate multi-unit. You know, everybody's got all these acronyms. The bottom line is the sales methods are exactly the same. So in the car business, anybody who pulls in the lot, and there are all those gentlemen out there, guys and gals, excuse me, waiting for who's up. Truthfully, I did that for a while. It's not a fun deal. And whoever's turn it is, they greet you, and they're going to do the best they can to be polite and so on and so on. And they're trying to make a sale. It's as simple as that. If they don't make a sale, they don't get paid. And after a while, if they don't make a sale, they're on the street themselves. So they've got to do what they can to try to convert your visit into a sale. Now, while all that's going on, in regards to pricing, there's a structure that the house sets up, or the dealership, or in the context of food, the food distributorship will have different levels of where their pricings are. And it depends on whether you're a street customer or a program customer on how that pricing is calculated and how it's maintained. So when I say how to negotiate, let's start with the street side and give you the best shot. Because understand, you're up against the pros. You know, a lot of people think, well, I need to be a great negotiator, and I saved that guy Billy Boy. I had him over a barrel, and he really gave. You know what? No offense, my friend, but these are people that's what they do for a living. Now the profit has moved because of the internet. A lot of it has moved from the showroom into the finance office, where they're selling everything but striping and undercoating and bridge insurance for on and on and on and on. Okay, the bottom line is, by the time you leave, they're going to make their money. Now, that's not a bad thing. If they didn't make their money, you wouldn't have a dealership. So it's just a matter of to what degree. Okay, a couple of premises. Number one, always be prepared to walk away. You fall in love with a particular car, particular model, particular color, and believe that you're never going to see that again. You just paid a couple $100 more than you should have. Simple as that. You just got to be prepared to walk away. In some cases, literally walk away and go back at it a week later or whatever until you maybe get the deal that you're really looking for. Okay, well, in the context of groceries for your restaurant or club, it's similar in that you're on the street, meaning you don't get that fleet deal. Now try to look at that. Try to imagine you're the city of Houston and you buy a ton of police cars, you buy a ton of utility trucks for the water people and street maintenance and blah, blah, blah. When you walk into a Ford dealer, there's a whole different deal. Okay, you don't talk to a salesman. You go to the fleet office and he goes, great, opens up the book, This is what the price of City of Houston negotiated. How many trucks you want? That's it. It's done. So goes a true program with a grocery guy. We could talk about how to get there in just a little bit. But let's assume you're still on the street. And there you are, that negotiator. You're going to bring in, 5 different salespeople or 3 different salespeople, and whoever got the best price on oil, whoever's got the best price on chicken, and blah, 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 you're going to beat the system. No offense. Odds are it ain't the case. Okay, I just had a potential client in Pennsylvania. It's a 5 restaurant chain owned by a family. And one of the brothers actually found 3 of the top named distributors, sales folks, out in the parking lot deciding who's going to get what business. So one wouldn't undercut the other. Okay, so no offense, but when it really gets to it, if they want their money in there, they're going to get it. It's as simple as that. Okay, all you can do now, my opinion, the best way to do it is go to 1. Now, maybe you're not a big deal. You're not Club Corp where you got 200 units, or, you're not, I'm trying to think of a restaurant chain. It's a big chain, but the point I'm getting at is if you don't have that level of buying power, there's still something you can do. And it's not beating the guy up. It's the other way around. You understand, like Reagan used to say, you're going to have to trust but verify. You just sit one of them down and say, you know what? If I gave you all of my business, what kind of pricing structure could you give me? Now, understand they still could play games, but the odds are you're going to save probably about 5%, in my opinion, compared to where you were. Now, the other people are going to be beating your door down, trying to get your business back, and they're going to say, oh, I can do a program better and better. No, they can, yeah. Will they? Probably not. One is as good as the other, to be real straight with you. And the other issue is the salesperson. May even get down to that. Who do you get along with the best? Okay, not saying you're going to trust them with your firstborn, but you have some judgment, I'm sure, on somebody that may be a little more service oriented than others. So that really is your best shot to do it that way. Now the other way is, truthfully, there's companies like mine, ProBuy. And what we've done is we've negotiated with Gordon Food Service, and we have deals available throughout the Gordon system. So if you find yourself wanting to explore what that possibility is, just take a look below, and our website is there. You can check it out. Okay, that's it for me this week. Talk to you soon. Okay, now's the time to let's get personal, as they say. One of the things I tried to get in the habit of doing when I was a manager, and I used to open one of the units I was working for, we were open for breakfast, so needless to say, it was early in the morning when I would show up. But I would when I was pulling up my car, I tried to take a lap in my car around the building just to see what the parking lot looked like, whether his trash was picked up the night before, any broken windows, any kind of, odd stuff that I could find and whatever. And I just found that to be very prudent. I wasn't always there was something, or that's not true, but the point was I had a good feel that the night before closing really went fairly well. So what I did find, however, is that when I opened up that gate to, go into the back door of the restaurant, things there wasn't always the way it should be. Now, even though we have a gate, and yes, it's hidden from the parking lot and so on, it still represents our standards of cleanliness, organization, etc. Okay, so I used to emphasize to my staff and definitely my assistant managers that when they're closing, that was the last hurrah before everybody actually went home. pick up the trash on that back dock area, spray it down nice, really, make it look organized, stack bread racks and, all kinds of assorted stuff that ends up accumulating back there. Make it look good. So if a customer happened to walk by while it's open and whatever, even if it's subliminal, it sends a signal that this is a clean place, this is an organized place, etc. So your standards can't stop at the pass out bar. Your standards got to go backwards as well through the kitchen and out the back door. So, well, that's it for me. Y'all have a good afternoon and talk to you next week. Bye-bye.